Hey, Psych for Life. As you hop on, just say hello. I'll give it a little bit so people hop on. If you guys see me like looking down, it's because I'm actually looking at the computer down here, taking care of a few things, and trying to get the stream up on the computer. How's it going, everybody? Hey, hey, hey. Is my eyelash already causing issues? Because I will yank it off if it is. I like these eyelashes, but to be quite honest, sometimes they're a little flimsy. Okay, so I recently done a live stream where I talked about my arrest, and if you guys haven't watched it, it is up on my channel. Now, I had some issues. No, Flossie's not going to be on at all anymore from I think she's done with the whole YouTube thing after everything that happened. You know, Flossie will never say this, but she was not happy with the way there were so many streams about Abram, you know, when he passed away. And, you know, I think some people, like, in their mind, they thought they were helping, but to do a stream about him at all during that time was very hard for her. And to post about it was very hard for her. Like, people constantly posting about it, you know, was very hard for her. And, I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I know how it feels for me. So, hey, Candy. And like I said, you know, she gets along with some of these people still. Like they're like, well, she don't talk to them because I've talked to Flossie and we've texted some, and she don't talk to any of these people, but anymore. So she'll never say that. But I know for a fact. I mean, she told me personally that it was at a point to where she didn't even want to get on YouTube or Twitter because there was posts about, you know, the situation with the screenshots and, you know, are they real? Are they fake? And, you know, Katie said this about her child, and blah, 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 blah. So Flossie will never say that it bothered her, but I know for a fact that it bothered her. All the videos that were made, even if it was in like Flossie's defense, I just, you know, probably not the best idea to even do a video about that subject, you know, when, you know, we ain't even had his funeral yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, you know, but she's done. I don't think she'll ever come back to YouTube. You know, I know at one point she was talking about, you know, doing a few videos to clear up some things, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Now, you know, I'm sure if she ever wants to go back to YouTube, you know, yeah, the internet is just ridiculous. So I'm trying. I am on my. If you are a Patreon member for me, right, laugh through life. Exactly. And like I said, I think Flossie appreciated that like people were trying to figure out if, you know, Katie really said this about, you know, Abram. But it also hurt for her to see the screenshots, for it to constantly be, you know, videos going up to talk about whether or not they were real. You know, she literally couldn't get on social media or YouTube. She was subscribed to all these channels at the time. So anytime she would get on, you know, she would see, you know, I understand, Holly. I actually, last night when I took a shower, I braided each side of it and went to sleep with it braided, and that's why it's kind of curly. I was actually going to leave it down, but then I put it up, and I don't know. I don't know if maybe I should take it down or put it back up, keep it up. But it's just, is Gumby on? Hey, Gumby.
Some companies still.
Make sure you guys, you give this video a thumbs up. If you message me on Instagram, I'm so sorry, I like never check it. And I have 112 people on here, and I'm gonna tell you guys this. I love doing YouTube videos, and I love connecting with people. That was one of the things that, like, one of the things that I always said is I'll always message back with my people. I'll always reply to comments. I never thought that I would, have so many people following me that it would get to the point to where I couldn't, that I couldn't, respond because it would take up all day. Like if I responded to all my messages, I would not be able to take care of the kids or do any YouTube videos at all because I would just, constantly be messaging. 111 people and one talking stuffed animal. So if you have messaged me and I have not got back to you, just give me time. I am trying. But something that I am doing is, I shut my Facebook down the other day. I shut my Facebook and my Messenger down. What I did was I signed out of my Messenger. Yeah, I'll go check the Instagram. I'll go check the Instagram. I hardly ever check Instagram, to be honest. When I would check messages, it was always like the Facebook messages and like I would get email messages and stuff. But you guys, I was getting so many messages through Facebook that we made like a fan page or whatever. And, we was like, hey, message to the fan page. And then I'll have my mods like kind of go through it. And like they'll let me know like, hey, this person messaged you, here it is. And to kind of help me filter it because it's a lot, I think the last time I got on Instagram, I had like 46 message requests and then like 20 messages in the inbox, and I don't even know how many I have on Facebook. I logged out of my Facebook Messenger and then I got back on it to message my moderators, and I saw that because I had logged out and not like deactivated it or whatever, people still were messaging me and not realizing that like I wasn't on. I keep my notifications off too because if I didn't, my phone would go off like a lot, So I honestly feel terrible that I don't get to respond like I used to. That's something that I always said. I'll always respond. I'll always respond. I'll always respond. Oh, thank you, Sherry's Life. I do not, and from what I know, most people don't. I probably should, and if I could, I would. If I ever get bigger to where this is not, if I ever have a bigger YouTube channel and like my husband's job has switched a couple times here lately because he was in the oil field, but if I ever get to the point to where I can, I definitely will. Like when I lost my channel, my arrest is done and over with. They dropped everything. I done a video. It's on my channel where I addressed the whole arrest and everything that happened. The charges were completely dropped. The district attorney, what it was the roadside drug test was negative, but the cops were either not properly trained on how to read it or just decided they were gonna call it positive and arrest me because the drug test, the liquid in it, all of it's supposed to turn like pink or blue, and it was like 2 little specks in it, like 1 blue speck, 1 pink speck, and that is a negative, but they called it a positive, and I went to jail for that. Now obviously when I went to the lab, it come back negative because it was negative to begin with, and so they first dropped that when they got those back, and then the lady actually contacted me and was like, we're dropping that because obviously it wasn't cocaine you had with you. We got the lab results back. It was negative for cocaine. So we're going to drop that. But you still have the flight from an officer and improper lane usage, So we're going to have to figure that out. But then the district attorney actually watched my the dash cam and the cameras on the officers and made the decision after watching that. And I know this because the lady at the district attorney's office told me this, that after the district attorney watched those videos, he made the decision to drop everything and not even charge me with the improper lane usage or flight, which I didn't flee from anyone. I'm not the flight type of person. What do you need?
My blanket?
Where is it?
I have no idea.
Hold on one second, you guys. My son is looking for his blanket. Give me 2 seconds. I brought it to you a while ago, baby. When you were sitting here, remember? Earlier when you were sitting here, I brought it and I put it right there on you. And you haven't brought it, you didn't bring it to your room? All right, come on, let's go look in here. You don't think you brought it in my room? Here it is, right here, buddy. Here you go, ma'am. You look scared. All right, go night night. I don't look scary. Well, you scare me. I love y'all. Good night. Okay, so sorry. So that's
I got another question. Why is my phone charging but it's taking so long?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, buddy. It's not on yet. Is it on? No? Is it on? Yes or no, buddy? No. Okay. All right. Well, just wait for it to come back on. Ask your brother to help you. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
Sorry, you guys. Hey, Linda. So I do have a video up. If you go to my channel, if you don't know like the details about my arrest, I done a live stream just a couple nights ago, and I told everything that happened in my arrest. After I was arrested, you know, there was a lot of things on my mind, but one of the main things on my mind was I was terrified. Well, honestly, it wasn't one of the main things, but it was a big concern. I was terrified of who, you know, if Katie or Uni, obviously, because at the time they were the ones that was really coming hard for me. I was worried that they were going to catch wind of this, and I knew all along that I wasn't guilty of what they were claiming that I'd done. But I knew if if they see that I was arrested for these things, obviously, why would they think that I'd done nothing wrong? You know, like, well, surely she'd done something wrong if she's been arrested for it. You know, I spent 1 night in jail. Well, honestly, innocent people get arrested all the time, and I'm proof of that right here. Thank you, No Catfish Nana. I got a lot of comments on that video. I had a lot of comments of questions, and I actually went back and watched the video earlier today, and I noticed when I was watching the video that there was a lot of thank you. There was a lot of questions that you guys asked in the stream that I didn't see. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a video and just answer questions about my arrest. Like, if you guys watch the video, or even if you haven't, and you just want to ask questions about what happened, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Catherine, yes, it's really, that's another reason why I've gotten so hectic lately. Like, I don't even talk to my mods that much as I used to. And it's not because I'm talking to anyone else. It's not because I'm friends with, you know, these people over here. It's simply because now my day consists of, you know, sitting down and doing schoolwork with Dakota, Bobby, and Eli. And then, like, making sure Paris, Caden, and, you know, the other child that I take care of, that they have done their schoolwork. And that literally, sometimes that can take hours to get all that taken care of. And throughout that, you know, I'm getting up and, you know, doing this. And then I have Kennedy sitting there pulling at me, you know, sometimes me needing to change her diaper. And, you know, so it's a lot. And it got to where I wasn't talking, you know, I couldn't talk to my moms that much. And, but I wasn't talking to other people. But it does keep me really, just my regular day-to-day life keeps me really consumed. Yeah, especially if you have kids. Well, one of the first things, Gumby, climate change too. One of the things that, yeah, one day, yes, Suzanne, I absolutely am. I requested the dash cam, and well, the arresting officer no longer works there, and I'm not sure why. They didn't tell me. Now, I did speak to an officer who told me if you call this place over here, they may tell you why he don't work there anymore. But I don't know why he don't work there anymore. So I'm not sure if, you know, maybe after the DA watched the dash cam, maybe he saw, you know, what was done, and I don't know. I'm not sure, but I just know the arresting officer is no longer working as a police officer. So let me see. It's super hectic. I am going to try to find out. One of the things that me and my attorney talked about was me trying to get the dash cam and the dash cam and the camera from the body cam, the officer's body cam. They never told me why they pulled me over. That was the crazy thing. The entire time we were on the side of the road, and when they took me to jail, they never said we got behind you for this reason or we pulled you over for this reason. The only thing they said was, why didn't you stop? And do you have drugs in your car? That was like the first things that they said to me when, you know, when I got out and walked backwards to them and they handcuffed me. Because before that, like, they didn't walk up to my window and say, like, license and registration. If they would have, I would have had to open my middle console and get my registration and proof of insurance, which is where the so-called drugs were. And they claim they were behind me for 3 miles, 3.5, 4 miles. You know, they gave me different, hey girl, they gave me different answers as to how far they were behind me, right? And so I'm like, if I run for you guys, why would I hide the so-called drugs in the very place that my registration and proof of insurance is? Like, I wouldn't have done that. So we talked about, you know, my attorney, you know, I asked him, I said, do you think it's poking the bear for us to request that? He said, no, you're absolutely within your rights to request that. It's your right to see that. But it's going to be a little bit of a tug of war, I can tell, because I contacted the district attorney's office and I spoke with the lady, and I asked her, I said, I really would like to see this dash cam and the body cam. I told her, I said, I'm a YouTuber. Oh, I'm sorry, Cat Elizabeth. That's true. Some of them do turn it off. So I requested it, and I told her, I said, I want this because I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a big YouTuber, but I'm a YouTuber. And my reputation was almost tarnished by this because other YouTubers caught wind of my arrest and put it out there. And these people that put it out there, we share a lot of the same following. So when they put it out, a lot of the people that follow me saw it. And it could have really damaged my reputation. So I want to use this. I want to show it on my channel, what happened to me, and share my experience. And I actually want to do what I can to make it to where they cannot arrest any. Hey, Kendra. They cannot arrest anyone based off these drug test results, these roadside drug test results. And the department has to be damn sure that these officers are properly trained. These are people's lives that are affected. I mean, had I not been able to afford the bond, I would have been in jail up until just like 2 weeks ago. Had I not been able to afford the bond. And here's the kicker with that is they don't get in a rush to send this off to the lab to be tested. I was arrested on December 28th. They told me it would take 4 to 8 weeks. Hey, Wooden Eagle. They told me it would take 4 to 8 weeks to get my results back. So at the 4-week mark, we started calling the district attorney's office to see if they had gotten it back. And I was like, no, not yet, no, not yet. So we would call like once a week. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Finally, after calling probably, 10 times, the lady was like, we'll call you when we get it. And I was like, okay, thank you. They got it back on March 23rd, I think it was. But they did not send it off until March 12th. So the whole time, my life was in limbo and I was just waiting, and they did not even send it off until March 12th. Why? What if I would have been in jail? because I couldn't afford it. Wouldn't have mattered to them. They don't care, you know, and it's not okay. It's just not okay. So I told them that I feel like I need to do something about this. I don't want this to happen to anyone else. And I'm going to use this footage for educational purposes on my channel. I want to show it to my kids. I want to show it to my husband. I want my family to see what happened to me that night. It was an experience, you guys. Like, it was not something that, and you know, I need my kids to be aware, you know, like when you get pulled over, like you don't make one wrong move. You do exactly, I mean, because trust me, if I would be lying if I said that I did not ever think that they may shoot me. Because the second they yelled and told me to put my hands out and then told me to get out, I was like, I can't. I have my seatbelt on. And then I was scared. I was like, I have to take my seatbelt off. And they told me with one hand, you know, disengage my seatbelt and then get out. And I was scared as I was doing that because I was like, oh my gosh, one wrong move while I'm doing this, they may think I'm going for a gun. They could shoot me, you know, so it was scary. I definitely want to get it. Now, I called the DA and told the lady about it. She said, oh yes, my kids know about my arrest. They knew the next day. They were asking that night, where's mom? Like, where's mom at? Mom's not home. What is going on? Where's mommy? You know, and Sean didn't know what to tell him at first. And the next day when I got home, obviously I told him. I set him down and I told him what happened. I had to call people in my life and tell them what happened. My two older kids, I had to call their dad and say, look, I got arrested, you know, and he was like, for what? And I was like, they claimed there was cocaine in my car. And he was like, what? No, and laughed. He was like, man, no way. And I was like, I know, but that's what they said. You know, the people that I had to tell this to, they knew that I didn't have drugs on me, but I still had to call them and like forewarn them this is coming, you know. Paris and Caden's grandparents. Sean had to tell his parents. Like, do you know like what it's like when I'm like, we got to call my in-laws and tell them that I was arrested for drugs and fleeing an officer? Like, it's a scary thought, you know. It's a scary thing to go through anyways. You know, people that was like, no, though, they knew, you know, but I did worry, what if people just question it? Because who hears about this happening that often? You know, I didn't before it happened to me. Now I know that it's extremely common, you know. Thank you, Tiny Dancer. So, I'm doing good, Karina. No, I definitely was not fleeing them. I was not, no, I was not fleeing them at all. I never sped up. I never took a turn off. When I seen them, I pulled over. And that is one of the main reasons I want that footage, is so I can find out for sure how far they were behind me. Because they gave me several different, like that night, at one point he said, we were behind you from the nursing home about 3.5 miles back. Well, the nursing home is not 3.5 miles back. It was about 2 miles back, but it wasn't 3.5. And then they told my mom that they were behind me for like 4 miles. They told Sean they were behind me for like a mile. The next day, they come to my house and they told me they were behind me for 4 miles. But I only live 3.8 miles from where I was pulled over. And some of that's back street. Like, and I know they were not behind me on my back streets. You know, maybe as soon as I pulled out to the highway, maybe, I don't know. But I know when I passed my kid's school, I looked in my side view mirror and I didn't see anyone. So if they were there, they did not have their lights on, and like my car was like this, and they must have been kind of over more towards you know, like this side, the passenger side, over this way, to where I just didn't see them when I looked in my side view. I don't know, but the second I saw the cops, I put my blinker on, looked down at my speedometer, and went to pull over. That's true. That's true, Catherine. I've been accused of being a drug dealer because I had $4,000 to buy a cheap car. I found one in Arkansas and went to go look at it, and the cop said it was drug money. Wow. That it's ridiculous that these cops, you know, me and my husband said we used to have a lot of respect for law enforcement. My husband's a veteran. I have family members that are, you know, officers. So I have a lot of family members that are in the service, that are in the military. So I've always had a deep respect for police officers, military. This definitely changed my view on it. And it's not that I think all officers are bad, but I don't trust them anymore. Like when I get pulled over from now on, I hope I don't ever do. But if I do, I'm not just going to immediately think that this person is going to be a good person. I'm actually probably going to think more than likely it's not a good person, and just see what happens as we, you know, through the communication of the process of me being pulled over. And then make up my mind like, oh, okay, that's probably one of the good ones. You know, that way, rather than, I've been pulled over before, and I always thought, like, they're good people. They're here to protect and serve. They're good people. But that is not always the case. The charges were dropped. I got pulled over by a sex trafficker on I-65. Really? Well, you know something else too? Oh, yeah. Oh, exactly. I'm so thankful that my mugshot was lost. First off, I was looking a hot mess. I was terrified. Yeah, you know, well, here's the thing. I have not gotten to this yet. But so I called the DA, asked, explained why I wanted it. And I also requested to have the district attorney call me. That I wanted to have a meeting with him. And since the COVID-19 situation is going on, that I know that I can't go up there and have a sit-down meeting with him. But I wanted to have a FaceTime call with him so I could talk to him about those roadside drug tests. And you know, people may laugh at me. Some people may think it's silly that I want to change things, but I'm not doing it to be like, oh, look at me, I'm trying to change things. I'm doing it for the people that are laughing at me. Like, I don't want even the person that laughed at me about it, because I saw on Twitter where someone was basically making fun at me for wanting to change this, where you cannot go to jail based off these roadside drug test kits. You know, the person that was laughing at me, I'm not only doing it for me, I'm doing it for her too, and for her family, and, you know, for her kids when they get older, to where, you know, this needs to be worldwide. You cannot go to a lot of places. It is actually a lot of places. This is the way that it is. They either don't use them, or they do not put you in jail just based off the results. The places, some places do, where I live obviously does. There's a lot of places that still use them, but some places quit altogether because it was so common for them to be wrong. And some places, they now do not arrest you, but what they do is they write you a ticket with a court date on it for such and such amount of months out. And when you come to court, they have those results back, and that's where you find out if what they found in your vehicle was in fact narcotics or it wasn't. And then if it was, you get arrested for it then. A lot of places do that now, rather than arresting you based off this faulty roadside drug test. It was negative, Carrie Ann. Yes, my result was negative, but they said that it was positive. Let's see, I have a question. What time of day was it and where? Why didn't you pull into public? So people say okay. The time, it was right at dark time. It was, I mean, I remember when I pulled over, when I saw them in my rear view, it wasn't completely dark, but it wasn't completely daylight either. It was around, I think I left my house like around 5:30 or something. I don't know. I know the lady that I was going to meet, her husband gets off work at 4 or 5. So it was around 5:30 or so. And when I saw them, I pulled over. That's the thing, is it wasn't like I saw them and I continued going. I pulled over the second I seen them. And they just said that they had been behind me for a long, long time. Yeah, it was December, so. Yes, I did post on the community tab of my page that I was going to go live. Yes, the arresting officer, actually, the guy that actually arrested me and took me to jail, he is the one that's no longer a police officer. They tried to say that the prescription medication that was in my purse was narcotics. Here's the thing. Since my video, I've had a lot of... No, they didn't do blood work or a drug test, and I asked for one. I asked for a drug test. Twice. I asked for a drug test. And they would not give me one. I'm not really sure, Dina. I don't know, because I don't know when they got behind me. Their stories for when they got behind me has changed several different times. I don't know for sure why he's not a cop anymore. I called the other day to get his first name. I know his last name, so I wanted to get his first name. And I called, and they said, well, he no longer works here, and he no longer works for the department. And I said, well, what do you mean? And he was like, well, he doesn't work here anymore. I don't know. He works here. And he told me where he works. And I said, well, do you know why? And I was like, look, he arrested me back in December, and it was a unjustified arrest. They found something in my car that they said was drugs. They tested it, and it was actually negative, but he said that it was positive, and I was arrested. And I just want to get his first name, and if he's no longer there, I would like to find out why. And he said, well, ma'am, I don't know why, but you could call this office, and they can tell you why. They may know more about the situation than I do. So the district attorney told the lady that I've been speaking with, like all the times I've called up there. I called up there a second time because the district attorney, she told me when I called, she said, I'll have him call you, and I will ask him if we can turn over that footage to you. I'll ask him. I said, okay. So she said, it may not be this evening, but if he don't call you this evening, he'll call you tomorrow. I said, okay. He did not call. So like 3 days later, I messaged my attorney, and I was like, he didn't call. Do you think I should call back? And he was like, yes, you can call back. Actually, my 5-year-old was prescribed Zovaran. When he started pre-K, he would get so nervous, he would throw up. And the doctor actually gave me Zovaran for him to put under his tongue every morning to keep him from being able to throw up. I took it the whole time I was pregnant. It's not a narcotic. There are comments on that video in the comment section. There's some people saying, yes, it's for nausea. There's some people saying it is a controlled substance. It is a narcotic. And when I looked it up today, just to like double check, actually when you first look it up, it actually does say narcotic for some reason. But when you actually go in to do your research more in depth, it tells you exactly what class of drug that it is, and it's actually not a narcotic. So I took it while I was pregnant. For some reason, when you first look it up on Google, it actually does say that it's a narcotic. I don't know why, but I was like, that is not accurate. It's not an opiate. It's not a narcotic. And I started just reading more and more about it, and it tells you the exact class, and it tells you when you look further into it that it's not a narcotic. But there were people leaving comments on my page saying, Zovaran is a narcotic. No, it's not. So I messaged my attorney and was like, he didn't call me, and it's been a couple days now. Do you think I should call back? I just don't want to aggravate him. And he was like, no, definitely call back. You know, if she said she would give him the message and he did not call you back, call back. So I said, okay. So I called back, and I spoke to a different lady, and she was like, yes, I know who you are because I heard him talking to the other lady that I had talked to about the situation. And, I heard them talking about you wanting the dash cam. And I did hear him say that we cannot release the footage to you. And I was like, did he say why? And she was like, no, ma'am, he didn't. He only said for us not to give you, that we couldn't. So I turned around and I texted my lawyer and was like, he's not going to give it to me. And he was like, well, then we'll have to go through the proper steps to file to get it. And so now that's going to be a big old ordeal when really legally they should give it to me. And I want to file because if someone did call in on me and they actually kept record of that, it would be in the discovery. T-Queen. Well, I mean, this is the district attorney. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know who to talk to above the district attorney besides maybe the judge. I don't know. So, thank you, Joe. They never searched my body, but they searched my vehicle without asking, I didn't feel like they had probable cause. But what my attorney said is if someone called in and said that I had something, that would give them probable cause. I would, honestly, I would. I would definitely use this platform that's what I want to do from now on. It's like I'm still going to cover celebrity, reality, gossip, news, whatever. I'm still going to do that, but I do also want to start talking more about this as well. I hope they definitely have record of it. So currently Zovaran is classified by the FDA as pregnancy category B drug. Huh?
What are you live on?
YouTube? On the Leslie Bass channel. Yeah, I am. You can't see it? Currently, Zovaran is classified by the FDA as a pregnancy category B drug, meaning that there have been no well-controlled substance. Wait, nope, I lost it. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Monica. So there were tons of comments. It is a narcotic. It isn't a narcotic. I'm a nurse. I know that it isn't. I know that it is. Just a lot of people. A lot of people. I thought about that, Carrie Ann. I actually thought about doing that. No, and the prescription for the Zovaran was prescribed to me. It was in my purse. It was legit as, it was just Zovaran that I had been prescribed when we were all sick, It wasn't, and it was just in my purse, and they tried to say that I was impaired because of it. I was like, I haven't even taken it today. Like, I haven't taken it in a while. Like, it's just still in there, Yeah, it wasn't. The bottle was not marked saying that it would cause drowsiness or anything. So my attorney first said, when you contact them requesting this, their first thought will be that you're going to sue them. One of the things that my attorney told me from jump is police officers are some of the most crooked people I've ever come in contact with. He said that because I was like, at first I was like, did somebody put something in my car? I don't know. And he was like, it's possible. And I was like a cop? Like, do you think like a cop would do that? And it took me, when I finally realized what it was I was actually outside with the kids one day. And I realized that the bag of chalk was not up there. And then I started thinking, I was like, You know what? Weeks ago, when Sean was fixing my car, Kennedy was in my car with the bag of chalk. She had drawn all over this on my car with white, pink, blue chalk. And I guarantee you, she poured all the chalk out of the bag and probably ended up just throwing the bag in my glove compartment. Or she just left it on the seat, and the next time we went to go somewhere, one of the kids, like, saw it on the seat and just threw it in there, you know, just to get it out of the way. It took me a little bit to really kind of think. I bet that's what it is. But before that, like when I went to speak to my attorney, I was like, do you think that cops would plan it? And he said, look, I've been a lawyer for a long time, and I know that cops have done stuff like that before. But then he asked me, he was like, do you have any enemies? And I was like, no. I was like, well, virtual, you know. I have cyber enemies. I don't have any enemies where I live, you know, that I know personally, but I do have some people on the internet that, you know, recently paid money to get my Zovaran, maybe so. I have such a long neck. Maybe I should let Shine borrow some of it. Sorry, babe. Just kidding. Oh, thank you, Britters. Oh, I like your name. Britters bumps back like a baby bump. I almost got put out of church. Oh, no. Don't get put out of church. How would KJ have known she'd be driving down the street? Well, I would hope that she wouldn't know that I would be driving down the street. That would be weird. Okay, it's Zovran. It's actually pronounced Zovran, I think. And the way that I say it is Zovaran. T-Queen, let me tell you. It's Zovran. It's Ondistrand, actually. It's Ondistrand. It's Ondistrand. But it's generic for Zovran. Zofran. It's just for nausea. It's the F. It's an F. Leslie, not a V. It's Zovran. It's Zofran. Okay, Zofran. It's Zofran. Is that better? Well, no, I never spoke about this. That's the thing, is I never spoke about it. So nobody can say, oh, well, word got out because Leslie was saying it wrong, because I never talked about it. The only thing I ever said was, yes, I got arrested. I put up a community post and was like, I was arrested, but I can't really talk about it right now. Ondistrand is how you say the generic name. On Dan Satron. See, I butchered that. Get your daughter's chalk out of your car ASAP. Please, please. And I'm not joking. Like, you know, a lot of people, when word got out somehow that there was a big possibility that it was chalk that was in the car, a lot of people on Twitter started making fun of me. Like, oh, she's on that chalk. They still do it. Like, oh, Leslie must have had too much chalk today, you know. God forbid you ever get pulled over and you have freaking Krispy Kreme donut glaze in your floorboard, and then you go to jail for it, and you tell people, and then they do that to you. And they're like, oh, she must have been eating them donuts again. Which it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that it could be those same people that's trying to make fun of me about it, you know? And that's, honestly, it is what bothers me, is you better hope it never happens to you, girl, because then it won't be so funny, you know? No, it wasn't pre-recorded. I'm live. Ondestron. Is it Ondestron? Ondestran? Ondestron? I don't know. I just ate me some choke today. I mean, I joke about it now too, but there's other people that don't like me that jokes about it. And, you know, when I see it, that's the only thing that I think about is, well, it's all funny that you say that, but if anything like this ever happens to you or someone you love, you know, you won't feel too good when other people don't believe you and they make jokes like that about it. If it was people like my followers that said it, because my followers do say it. I have followers that me and some of my friends like joke about it now. No. And here, okay, here's the thing. I never mentioned the Zofran until the other night. That's when I finally said publicly on a video what it was. I don't think I have ever publicly said it. I've told people, like privately, like, you know, talking to some of my friends that I, you know, have made on here, like my mods, like, you know, I think it was this, or I had, you know, this medication in my purse, and they tried to say that this medication was XYZ, but, you know, it wasn't. They literally tried to tell me that I was impaired because of it, and they gave me, like, 4 freaking field sobriety tests. Can't eat a donut. Can't have chalk in your car. I know, right? You surely can't. You can't. On dance e-tron. Yeah. Now, immediately after my arrest, before I even like went and spoke to my attorney, I actually went and done a hair follicle test. I had to pay for it out of pocket. And, you know, a lot of people was like, well, why did you do a hair follicle test? You wasn't charged with being under the influence. You was charged with having it. Or just because, you know, you passed a hair follicle don't mean you didn't have drugs on you. And what was it going to hurt? And at least it could prove that I don't do drugs. Rebecca, exactly. Exactly. That was actually said that I had like prescription medicine in my purse or something. Does anybody remember who said that? Does anybody remember who it was that put it out that I had prescription medication on me that night? I can, however, pronounce Tony Chachere's. Does anybody know? Because I wasn't even for sure. I done the other day when I done a stream and people was like, well, but you had medicine in your car. You have pills in your car. You have pills in your purse. I was like, wait, how'd y'all know that? I was like, I ain't said that yet. How do y'all know? And they was like, because Katie talked about it. Like, that was one of the things that she said when she, like, reported your arrest was that you had pills in your purse. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, I don't know how anybody would know that. And I only knew that because several people in my chat that night told me. Did that half of an leave get you in trouble? No, that was definitely not part of the article. And all that was put out was Leslie Michelle Bass, age 33, from such and such Louisiana, was arrested for Schedule 2, fleeing an officer, and improper lane usage. She, bonded. She bonded out of jail or whatever. That was like it. It was just like a small paragraph or whatever. I looked at it the other day. That was it. It didn't tell the story of what happened. Right, Stina? The medicine that I had in my purse was not herpes medicine. It was medicine for nausea. That's also, Eva Babe, that's also what really bothered me. I'd never watched one video that was made about me. I can't say that I've ever watched one video in full that was made about me, except early on when another channel started. I watched some of their videos, but in a long time I actually stopped doing that because I was like, all that it does is it upsets me and it makes me feel like I have to say something. So now if I know a video is somebody's gonna talk badly about me, I don't watch it. And I did not watch any of the videos that she done about me, but I kept hearing about them. You know, oh, she said this, she said that, and people would send me clips of it, and I was like, what? And then the thing that made me like the most mad was basically like her saying that like my kids deserve for me to be healthy and I need to get it together for my kids. What? You're literally sitting there telling a bomb-ass mom that doesn't do drugs and has never done anything besides smoke weed a handful of times when I was a teenager to get it together for her kids when I literally do everything for my kids. Like, it infuriated me. That's what infuriated me, was that she was basically calling me out as a mother. And, you know, she can say, oh, no, that's not what I was doing. That's not what yeah, you were. You were basically saying, I'm a drug addict and my kids deserve a mom that's not a drug addict, when I'm not a drug addict and never have been. So that was one of the things that made me the most mad. And then, like, people were putting things on Twitter, like little clips of her videos where she would say things about me. And there was one, you know, where she was like, people, you know, don't attack Leslie, you guys. Don't attack her. And I'm not doing this to turn it into a KJ bashing video. That's not what I'm doing. But these were things that bothered me. And to this day, no one has redone a video and said, you know what, we were wrong. As quick as we were to hop on here and do a live stream to tell you all that Leslie Bass was arrested for drugs, the charges were dropped. It was not drugs that she had on her. She does not have a problem with drugs. She passed the hair follicle test. No one's done that. Thank you, Joe. That's not off the table, Tamara. You know, that's not off the table. Oh, 1,000%, Rebecca. 1,000%. Yes, Brandy. I agree. I'm fine, babe. Debbie, can I ask what you're... Debbie, no, you are not nosy. That's why we're all here to talk about. Okay, so I was arrested back in December, charged with fleeing an officer. Schedule 2, they said that I had cocaine on me and improper lane usage. I'm a YouTuber, and another YouTuber that did not like me actually found out very quickly somehow, before most of my family, that I was arrested, and done videos about my arrest, you know, and was saying things like I need to be, like I need to get it together for my kids. My kids need to deserve a better mom. That explains my strange behavior. And let me tell you guys, I've seen that comment before, like, oh, that explains her strange behavior. If you guys have seen any strange behavior from me, it's just me. It's not any drugs behind it. Unfortunately, I just sometimes exhibit strange behavior apparently. Yes. Oh yeah. She knew. Yes, she knew before my family, before a lot. Well, she didn't know before my mom and my dad and my kids, but yeah, she knew before my grandma. You know, like my mom didn't want to upset my grandma by calling and telling her that I was in jail, so she didn't. She waited until they got me out and everything was like, you know, okay, and I was home, and yeah, it was actually blasted on Twitter before my grandmother even knew.
When I
Thank you, Matt.
Mama,
Yeah, babe.
that tooth is loose.
Is it, babe?
Yeah, this one. Mama.
Who made an hour-and-a-half video of whose kid? I don't know. I don't know anyone that made an hour-and-a-half video of anyone's kid. Do you guys know that? I know one thing is I've never directly talked about. I did say something out of anger one time about Katie, and I didn't even directly say it. I just said, because you do. And then I said, I don't agree with her parenting techniques. And that was a long time ago that I said that. And the video that I said it on was basically a rebuttal to an IG Live that she had done where she said a bunch of nasty things about me. That is,
Oh no, right here.
maybe that's what it was. Let me see. Yeah. It's one of your molars, baby. We need to get you to the dentist about that one.
Is that tooth supposed to fall out? No.
Probably not. I don't think so. Not one of your molars. I think that's which one it was. Thank you, Deshaun. Can I post the police report? What are you doing, babe?
What are you doing? What are you finding about?
I'm just answering questions about my arrest. Yeah, he's right here. Who is the little red woman? Okay. The little, go to bed, baby. Go lay down in your room. Because mommy's doing her video and you know.
I don't know what the chat.
For some reason, anytime my kids are on, and I don't know why, they always take away the comment section.
I need
Yes, it was all dropped. Little Red is, she was a part of a certain community that I used to be, kind of involved with.
I'm about to take over your chat.
No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you need to come talk. Sean.
I was joking.
Go lay down, baby. Go lay down, I'm serious.
Hey. I'm tired right now.
Yeah, anytime my kids get in, that's why I'm like very go, I usually do this at night because my kids are literally like, I'm like, I'm gonna do a video, y'all go play. And that's when they're like, mama, 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 mama. And I'm like, I said I'm gonna do a video, So anytime they're in it, or even their voices are in it, they literally block my comment section. So now this video, the comment section will probably be gone because he came and was like talking and you could kind of see him. Oh, thank you, Courtney. There was a bunch, and I hate that. I can't even tell you how much I hate that, the drama that's been behind this whole community. That's why on this channel, I'll never address, I don't ever want to address any of that. The only reason I'm talking about any of it right now is because it actually has a lot to do with what was going on at that time. Yeah, there's not much of a report. It just says Leslie Michelle Bass, 33 years of age, where I'm from, which really, by putting that up, you could consider it doxing me because it put the town that I live in. She did. Yes, Sasha. She emailed me and was like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm sorry that I contacted your husband. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that. But that's way past the line, And then, okay, T-Queen, thank you. And then, the second that I emailed her back, she was, sharing like my Patreon on Twitter, like clips from my Patreon. And I was like, what? Like, you just, you know, apologized for messaging my husband, and I accepted it. And then you're sharing my Patreon. And then, so when I messaged her and I was like, really? You're going to apologize and share my Patreon? She was like, well, I didn't know that it was your Patreon. I didn't know that it was, like, your Patreon. I thought it was just one of your regular streams. So that's why I was posting clips of it. And I liked what you said. I thought you were correct in what you said. So I was just posting, you know, the clips that I agreed with, you know, on Twitter. I didn't know that it was something that was just for members only or whatever. So I'm sorry. And I was like, just do me a favor and take it down. You know, and from this point on, if you want to watch something, just watch it. She got the clips off of another Twitter account that probably was the one that is in my Patreon watching everything that leaks it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought at first. At first, I thought she was the one that had gotten it. And then, you know, she was like, no, it's posted here, you know, and that's where I got it from. And then I went over there and I was like, oh, here it is. You know, and I know, you know, there's going to be people on my Patreon that are only there to see if I'm talking about certain people. So I'm not going to. The only reason I'm talking, like, even about, like, KJ at this point is because it's very sad how this went down. Unfortunately, no, KJ did not contact my husband. A woman named Little Red did. She messaged my husband. But, oh, thank you, Lindsay. Unfortunately, during this time, you know, I contacted the police. The Friday before I was arrested, I called the police department. They sent an officer out. That officer was the arresting officer the next day. And then he acted like he didn't know me. He's like, I've never dealt with you before. Yes, and you know, a Discord was made, you know, for Patreon members, and because, you know, a lot of my followers are so paranoid that, you know, and they have every right to be paranoid. People started thinking that we had like a spy in the Discord. And it caused a lot of issues, unfortunately. And, you know, it caused a lot of issues. And I had to shut it off for a minute because so many people was like, why, about, there's a spy here, there's a spy on the Discord. And I'm like, wow, what do you mean? And then come to find out, like, it was not at all what it seemed. And, you know, people just got upset and kind of, you know, ran with things without, like, calmly, like, letting us figure it out. Relentless. Yes, that's what it was. I'm no longer a part of the Discord because honestly, I'm going to continue doing my Patreon, but it was not my idea to start the Discord because I do have so many people like contacting me a lot. And I am a part of a lot of Facebook group chats. I'm a part of a lot of them, you know, and I'm not in the group chats a lot. I get in when I can, like when I have a second, and sometimes I only get in and read like a few things, and I'll like laugh at it or do a smiley face or do a heart at it just so they know like that I was there and I acknowledged it. And then I get out because I'm like super busy at the time or whatever, you know. So when it was first, like I was first approached about the Discord, you know, I was kind of like, it is a good idea. You know, it is a good idea, but I'm scared that if I create a Discord and then I'm never in it because I can't really be in it a lot, that people may get upset with me and be like, why is Leslie never here? This is her Discord. She don't talk to us, you know. So it kind of gave me a little anxiety because I was like, a lot of my followers text me. A lot of my followers like message me. I talk to some of them on the phone, you know. I talked to some of them on the phone, and it has gotten to where I have become so friendly with so many of them that like a lot of them message me every day. So at this point, I do have several people that message me every day, and sometimes I don't get to respond every day, because it is a lot, you know. So when I was first approached with the Discord, I didn't know what a Discord was. Yeah, I'm definitely not dragging Little Red. I'm just being honest about what happened. So the Discord was made. One of my Patreon members, you know, asked me, and I was like, yeah. First off, I don't know how to make a Discord, and I was honestly too busy to make one. Literally, when I do videos for you guys, it's honestly literally like when I make my videos, it's late at night like this usually, but it's after the kids go to bed, because during the day it's impossible, and a lot of times I just don't have time. What is Sasha saying? Because I'll answer Sasha's questions. And I'm not talking bad about Little Red. Thank you, Matt. I've not dragged Little Red at all. At all. Sasha, so I don't know. I can actually do a video and show all the messages between me and Little Red. I was actually, considering she contacted my husband, and that sent anger through me, because she contacted him basically to insinuate that me and my mod, Matt Craft, who lives hours away, are inappropriate with each other. That was the gist of what she messaged him. Like, she has a mod, Matt, that's very inappropriate, and she was following him on IG, but she's not anymore. But I know they still talk. Like, what? Like, what? This is... Oh, good night, Eva. I'm trying to read because I'm seeing messages pop up over there, but not... but yeah, I did not drag her. Now, I did do a video, you know. Yeah, that's my thing, is like, honestly, this is YouTube. This is the internet. Like, I don't know anybody personally. They don't know me personally. And if you watch my video and you become a member or a follower, and then I do something that you don't like and you don't agree with, is it going to now be your mission to destroy me? Or are you just going to be like, screw her and move on, you know? I have a feeling that Sasha may be Little Red, because nobody else knows enough about this situation to even, you know, say anything. But I can do a whole video. And I think I have. I think in that video where I'm showing receipts on the Bash chat, I read all of it. Here's the thing. The only way I even knew who that was, who Little Red was, is because when I was friends with Steve, she was on his channel a couple of times. That's the only way I knew her. I was then put in a Twitter group that Little Red was a part of. And one time I messaged Little Red privately on Twitter and asked her about something. I don't remember. And she responded. And then she went into the group Twitter account that we were all a part of and was like, you know, Leslie just asked me a question. You know, I don't know why she asked me, but I'm glad that she did. And I was in that group, so I saw that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. You know, I don't think she knows I'm here, but whatever. Little Red had been in, she's done several videos with Steve because they're friends. You know, that's fine. And I'm not saying any of this to be mean or ugly about anyone. Okay, so when I backed away in December because of all the stuff that was going on in my life, one of the first people to get mad at me was Little Red. And that's the truth, Sasha. Like, I have screenshots where Little Red was saying F me and my sister and calling me fake as F, which is the reason that I didn't really care for her after that. I was like, my sister just lost her son and you're saying F her because we're backing away from like the drama of YouTube. This ain't our life. This is not our life. Like, if people are so upset that they're willing to dog someone out and make video after video after video about them because they backed away from from an internet feud after losing a loved one, and dealing with a lot of personal family issues going on, then oh well. You know, if they're mad at me for that, then I can't help that. Here's the thing. Number one, what I will always put first is my family and my mental health, my mental well-being. And there was so much stupidness going on in the internet world that it was consuming me. And I was already going through a lot with my personal issues, that it was too much and I had to back away. Well, in this Twitter group that I was a part of, but when I walked away, I deleted my Twitter. So I was no longer in this group with several people, including Little Red, right? Well, then, you know, they were all mad at me. You know, Little Red started texting me. You know, all that Steve's done for you, you know, how you shouldn't do him this way. Exactly, Brandy. And the thing is I proved that my channel went down. I proved it. Like if you go to my Twitter and go back to the end of November, I actually put up the emails because certain people were saying that I got a copyright strike for the Teen Mom live stream that I had done and the Jersey Shore live stream that I had done. So what I done was I went and got the emails from YouTube and I put them on my Twitter showing everyone that I did not get a copyright strike for those. I got a copyright claim, which is okay. I put those emails up on my Twitter to show, no, you guys, I didn't get a strike for these. I got a claim for these, which anybody that has a YouTube channel knows. A claim is fine. The only thing that happens when you get a claim is you don't make the money off that. Whoever filed that claim makes the money off of it, you know, and it says in the email, you don't have to do nothing. This does not affect your account in any way. You just don't get the revenue from this particular stream because a copyright strike was, a copyright claim was filed against it, right? The videos that everyone said that I got the strike on, first off, I had not streamed a TV show in a week or more. It had been a week or more. Can y'all just block her? Because nobody's dragged Little Red. If I wanted to, I could. And if I have a strong feeling, because nobody else cares enough about the situation that went on between me and Little Red to even say this much, besides Little Red. So if Sasha is still talking, someone just boot her because nobody cares enough to defend Little Red. I guarantee you. That's why when I done my video and I told everyone that she contacted my husband, nobody from her side jumped up to defend her. Okay? That should tell us. And too, the thing is I could have been cool with her. She emailed me apologizing and I was like, thank you, but you did take it too far. And she was like, I know I did. I'm sorry. I should have never done that. I should have never took it this far. I'm sorry. And I was like, thank you. And then it's literally within minutes after I replied to her email, within minutes after I replied to her email, I get a screenshot where she's posting clips to my Patreon. And I'm like, oh, what? So I just forgave her for contacting my husband and lying. And now here she is, like, posting my video that's private on Twitter. That's for my members only because they pay a monthly fee for that. Now she's posting that. So then I messaged her on Instagram and I was like, wow, really? Like, I literally just emailed you. Like, what was the point in you messaging me saying, like, you're sorry? And then turning around and stealing my Patreon video. Like, you stole that. Like, that's private. Like, that Patreon video has never been public. And the thing with Patreon is you can actually make your videos through YouTube. They have the option to do it. So even though it's through YouTube as well, it doesn't mean that they can take it. That video is always private. But then she messaged me back and was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was a private Patreon video. I thought it was just one of your regular videos. I actually liked it. That's why I shared clips of it. And I was like, that's fine. I understand. But just take it down. Like, take it down. You know, I don't even know if I think I did respond telling her to, like, take it down. And just don't post nothing else like that and we would be fine. You know, just don't. If she don't like me, I understand. You don't have to like me. But don't get on your Twitter accounts, your 2 Twitter accounts, and spew lies about me. Like, say you don't like me, that's okay. But don't lie about me and don't take it to a personal level where you're contacting my family members, my husband, and don't steal Patreon videos. That's not okay. Oh, 1,000%, Linda. Yes, 1,000%. We see, at first I thought she must have been in my Patreon to get it, but she ended up telling me, no, it wasn't there. I didn't steal it. I thought it was a public video. I got it from this account, and it was like the Ventura account on Twitter. Yeah, my thing is if you, I'm a YouTuber. My way to speak to the masses is through this channel. Don't think you're going to message my husband and basically insinuate that I'm having an affair with my moderator and then think I'm not going to jump on my channel and call you out on it. Like, that's taking it too far. And I will do that. I didn't do it on this channel because I try to keep this channel, like, drama-free from, like, stuff like that. But I've done it on the channel, the Bash Chat channel, which just got monetized. That's the thing. They like to say, oh, Leslie likes to use our name for views and for money. Anytime I've ever talked about anyone else, it's been on IG, it's been on, like, Patreon, and it's been on the Bash Chat, which was not monetized up until, like, yesterday. So I never made a dime off this. I've never included a name of any of those people in my videos because I'm not trying to make a dollar or anything off their name. But my name is in several people's videos in the title, you know. But anyways, you know, I didn't get on here to talk about Lil Red. I didn't get on here really to talk about Katie, honest. I really didn't. It does a lot, you know, a lot of people, after hearing the story, and I told everybody from day one, I said, you guys, when you know what happened, you're going to see how odd it is. When you hear what happened, you're going to be like, what the hell as well. And so many people are. Right, Lauren, exactly. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, contacting my husband is not okay. Right, Matt. The thing with Matt is, like, we have a mod chat, you know, where we talk. You know, if we got to say something, we say it in the mod chat. I don't contact Matt privately. I think it was like one time. Was it even one time? Yeah, when he sent his phone number to me. It was like a text. Like, I, like, put my phone number and I was like, here's my phone number, you guys. If you guys ever need to, you know, call me. And he was like, hey, this is Matt. And I was like, okay, save me your number. You know, I don't think, other than that, I've never spoken to Matt one-on-one. So it's really, my thing is, if I was going to cheat, it would at least be with somebody that I could see. I mean, it's not going to be with anybody that's 6 hours away. Right, Brandy. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody actually believes that. I mean, unfortunately, you know, I hate that I have been involved in so much drama. Because I never wanted to be. When I started my channel, 1,000%, I was like, this is going to be fun. It's going to be something that, you know, at night when the kids go to sleep or when they're in school and Kennedy's taking her nap, I can hop on and, you know, do a video and just have fun. And now I feel like it's, like, tainted a little bit because I've had all this drama with people. And it's like, wow, you had drama with KJ. Then you have drama with SM, and then you had drama, which I never had drama with Unirock. Like I never spoke to Unirock. You know, like he did like message me. I was like, hey, this is Unirock, keep me back at this number. And I was like, okay, like my husband just got home or something, like give me a little bit and I will. And then like him and SM like had their big falling out. And because I was friends with SM, you know, Unirock just kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like, because me and Steve were friends, when he had the falling out with Steve, he kind of just put me in the same category as Steve. So when he started doing his videos about Steve, you know, he threw me in there as well. And then him and Katie become friends. And so then it made it even worse. But, you know, now I don't really think Uni's I don't know. Like the other day I was like laying in bed and I was like falling asleep and I got on YouTube and Uni was live and he was like playing a game, I don't know. And I like clicked on it and I was like watching the game for a minute because like my kids and my husband, like they play like a lot of those games. So I was like, what is this? What are you playing? And they told me. And I was like, oh, you know, and I watched it for a second and then that was, you know, Uni doesn't really talk about me anymore. None of them really talk about me too much anymore. So I'm like, I think that's where it needs to go. Like, I don't want to talk bad about people. I would like for them to, you know, not talk bad about me. And that's not what my channel was made for. My channel was not made to talk about my drama with other content creators or my ex-moderators or subs that I had a falling out with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what it was ever made for. Now, yeah, like, some people like to say I'm only part of this community to pick up chicks. That's so not true, or maybe I'm doing it wrong. You know, like, my channel is not for issues, you know, for me to get on here and be like, oh, I'm fighting with so-and-so today, and they done this to me, and they done that to me, and they done this to me. And, you know, KJ's channel is not for that either. Like, she has a channel similar to mine where she talks about celebrity gossip, news, whatever. Now, I'm not sure. I think Unirock's channel, he does like a lot of those versus mode things, and he plays the games. So I think like talking about drama between content creators kind of does land in his arena for him to follow that. But I don't know if that means him involving himself with it or just covering it. Because I know with the whole Steve situation, it was him as well. You know what I'm saying? But I do think the other channel, like a lot of their channel is about like drama with other content creators. I'm pretty sure. Yes, he did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like if you go to my Twitter and scroll down to the end of November, the beginning of December, you know, because they were saying that I was shut down for copyright strikes. And they actually put, it was this video, and this video. First off, the way that YouTube works, sometimes when you do a video and you get a copyright strike, it's almost laugh through life. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Why would they? Yeah, I did not like that. I thought at least if you are going to team up with someone that you've already talked about and admitted certain things about, you can't just erase that and act like it never happened, you know? But early on in my Twitter, one of the things that I've done, okay, the way YouTube works, if you get a copyright strike, it's immediate most of the time. Like, that night, next day. It's not a week later. I've never heard of that happening. I've never heard of anyone getting a copyright strike. Now, maybe some content creators can tell you for sure. Here's the thing. I don't know for sure because I've never gotten one, but I have gotten copyright claims a lot. I have gotten like blocked videos because here, okay, when Viacom files the copyright claim, they actually block it where it don't play no more. Now, if like a production company that produced the music from Jersey Shore or the the music that we may hear on Teen Mom or someone else files the claim, they actually leave the video up because when they file that claim, they have the option to take the revenue from it or to completely block it. Now, Viacom is a billion-dollar company, so they don't need the little coins that my video is going to make. What they're going to do is they're going to shut it down completely. So their videos are not out there, of Teen Mom. That way you have to go to them to see it. You're not going to see it on YouTube. They're going to try to make it to where you can't see it anywhere else, other than, on the TV through DirecTV or Dish Network. No, I mean, that's the thing is I never got in trouble for that. I never got in trouble for streaming those videos. That's what a lot of people tried to say. A lot of people tried to say you were shut down because you got copyright strikes. No, I wasn't. Every time, yeah, I guess because I'm never, IG has never said anything to me about doing it on IG. And now I just don't do it because the rules have changed so much. The rules have changed so much, and when I got my community guideline strike, it terrified me. First off, it affected my channel so much. You guys, it could be because IG isn't monetized. So it affected my channel so much. Because, so like I don't know, I was making, some months I made $1,200, $1,700, $2,800. My channel was thriving. It was doing so good to be a new channel. I just hit my 1-year mark in April of this year. And this was back in November. And a lot of times, if you look it up to see how long it takes a YouTube channel to become monetized, on average, it takes a YouTube channel about a year to become monetized. When I started my channel, that's what it said on the internet. That most channels, it takes about a year for you to become monetized, right? I was monetized in like a month and a half, 2 months, right? My channel was doing so well. I was doing really good in the algorithms. Like I was being recommended a lot. So when, that's why it's funny when people say that I lied and just stopped producing content just to make KJ look bad. That was a loss of income for me, and then it screwed my channel up because my channel is just now getting back in the algorithm in YouTube. Okay, it's just now being recommended a lot. Okay, because I wasn't producing content for a while because yeah. Are you not charging? Hold on.
It's like stopping and charging, stopping and charging.
All right, hold on. See now. I was not producing content for a while. So, honestly, I mean, when I come back, it was hard. It was hard to get it back up there. I'm just now being recommended. Like videos that, my Gino video where Gino went IG live and like went on this rant. Like it's being recommended to people. Videos that I've done, months back are being recommended again. But when I first come back, I was getting maybe, I don't know, not a lot. Like right now, I check my analytics before I come on, and in the last like 48 hours, I've gotten like 30,000 views, which, when I first started and I first become monetized, that's about what I was getting. Like my first check from YouTube was like $1,200, I think. It was like $1,200, my first check from YouTube. Now this month, I'm probably only gonna make about $400 from YouTube. You know, so it hurt my channel, okay? So I didn't pretend that my channel got shut down. If you go to my Twitter and you go back, you actually see where I tried to go live on my phone and it told me that I couldn't. That I was unable to live stream due to copyright claims or community guideline strikes or copyright issues. And then I even tried to do it from my computer because someone was like, well, you can still go live from your computer. And I was like, no, I can't. It's because I have a community guideline strike. I cannot go live, you guys. So I actually had to record myself trying to go live and put it on my Twitter to show people, look, I cannot go live. I can't. To prove that I wasn't lying. And then it was, you know, well, you got a copyright strike. You got a copyright strike. And it was the Jersey Shore. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Here's the email where I got a copyright claim, not a strike. It's a claim. And I had filmed the Jersey Shore live stream like a week before that. It wouldn't take them no week to give me a copyright strike. I'm positive because when I get the claims, you guys, when I would do the live streams with y'all and we would watch Teen Mom, usually by like the next morning, I would have an email from YouTube telling me that I had got a copyright claim. Yes. You need to make your videos 10 minutes plus long. Yeah. I don't put, you know, as content creators, you can actually put ads throughout your videos. I don't. I only have ads like before and after. But most content creators, if they have like a 10-minute video, they have like at least one ad in the middle, you know, because that makes them more money. But I don't do that. I probably need to, but to be extremely honest with you guys, the only videos I know how to edit are the pre-recorded ones. I don't know how to come back and edit the videos that I do live for you guys. That's why, like, my arrest video, like, I did get a lot of comments saying, oh my God, girl, like, it took you a while to, like, tell this story. You kept, like, you know, answering questions in the chat or, like, talking to the people in the chat. It just took you a long time, you know, and I was like, I know, I'm so sorry. But
Hey.
no, hold on. Can anyone hear me or no? Y'all can hear me now? I wonder what happened. You guys, okay, let me tell you guys. I ordered me the iPhone 11 because my phone is so messed up. Like, the other day when I tried to go live, it wouldn't even let me. It's messed up. It's messed up a lot. Like, it freezes on Zoom sometimes, and so I ordered a new phone, and they sent me the right phone with the wrong gigabyte. I need like the most gigabyte that they have because I do a lot with my phone. Right now I have an 8, and I've had this phone for like a year and a half probably. So I have an iPhone 8. I was going to get the 11, and I ordered the 11, like 256 gigs, and they sent me the iPhone 11, but it was like 168 gigabytes or something. I don't know. So I sent it back and, you know, asked them to send me the new one when they come in. You guys, to send me the new one when they get the other one back, you know. And now they're claiming they never got the other one back. Of course. Can you guys hear me? Okay, because someone else said the said the volume went out. Can you guys? Okay. All right. So, do you guys want to get back on track with the arrest? Because that when I was watching the video today, I noticed in the chat there was a lot of questions that I did not get to answer. So if you guys do have questions about Little Red, I'm about to drag you right now because you're lying saying I drug you in the first place, because I didn't. And I don't get upset easily. I have a ton of patience. But you come in here under your psych account a while ago, and nobody's even talking about you. Nobody's mentioned you. You come in and you bring this up about me dragging you, and I've never drugged you a day in my life. Telling what you've done is not dragging you. If you consider it dragging you, then maybe you should not have done what you done. Maybe that's the issue. You know you screwed up and you were embarrassed that I called you out for it. But you cannot contact a content creator's husband and imply they had that they're being inappropriate with a moderator. Tell me when I drug you. I mean, because I thought we did. Did you not email me? I can get in my emails right now, Little Red, and I'll read them. And then the second I messaged you back, within minutes, I saw that you were sharing clips of my Patreon. And then I sent you a message through Instagram and was like, really, Little Red? I literally just messaged you, like, saying, okay, like, you know, thank you for apologizing, you know, but now here you are sharing clips of my Patreon. How are you going to do that? How are you going to apologize and then turn around and do something else? And you were like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was a private video. And then I was like, oh, okay, you know, just take it down. Okay, what are you talking about? Since then, have I said anything about you? No, because you're a non-factor to me. Right now, you're just getting clout. You're coming in here, I don't even like that word, but nobody even knows who Little Red is, and you're coming in here making yourself known over nonsense. Never in this video have I mentioned your name. Nowhere. And you come in here under your sock account, which is clearly obvious because nobody was talking about you or at all, and then you started talking about you. Like asking about yourself. Why did you drag Little Red? When? What are you talking about? I haven't. I've done a video after I saw messages where you messaged my husband through Facebook saying, please accept my friend request. Please accept my friend request. I think you even emailed him. I don't know. I will have to see. But I got on a video to say, don't do this. Like, you were taking it too far when you message my husband. That is something I don't play with when it comes to my family. Okay? When have I constantly dragged Little Red? The only time I've ever even really mentioned you was in the video the other day. If you're going to get on here, at least come here and bring me some facts. Tell me when even in that video, I didn't drag you. She's about to make me really... Just look. She does. I'm not even going to let her, like, bother me because, once again, you're lying. I've never dragged you at all. Ever have I dragged you. What I done was I said what you done, and I said it was inappropriate and it was not okay. And to be quite honest, if I was to meet you face to face, this would go down a lot different, Little Red. That's it. That's what I said. I done a video after I realized you messaged my husband. And then on literally the other day, when, let me see if I can get into my emails. Hold on. She don't know the definition, clearly. Yeah, she messaged my husband. Yeah. Let me see. Because I'll read the messages. And I know there's people that you don't want certain people to know that you apologize to me and that you talk to other people. So you may just want to kick rocks, Little Red, or I'm just going to let it all out. Like, I wonder what, you know, your friends would think if they knew that you were talking to certain people and that you even apologized to me. Let me see. Hold on a second, you guys. I'm gonna let me find it. I'm literally the most forgiving person ever. Hello, I forgave KJ twice. Possibly could have been a third time. You know, she, when we lost Abe and she messaged me, I don't know, I was like, thank you. I appreciated that she reached out to us. And, honestly, I was like, wow, that was nice. She reached out to us, knowing that we're, what we're going through right now. That was nice of her. And then I found out about, those fake screenshots, and obviously it infuriated me at her. And it made me feel a certain type of way about her that, I don't hate anybody, but it definitely was pushing the boundaries of it was pushing it. I was like, when I read that, I was like, it was not okay. Like, if I could have touched her, it would have been on. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, because of what I read, and I was told that she said it. When I kind of started figuring out different, obviously it's like, whatever. I'm not trying to have issues with her. But the fact that I can forgive her, and I have literally tried to move on and forgive her. When I read the email from Little Red, I was like, okay, you're apologizing. Well, here's the thing. If you don't realize the clips of the video that you're sharing is not public, it's because you do not pay attention to detail. Because the video actually says unlisted on the video. In the clip that she posted, it said unlisted. But I was like, okay, I'll take that. I'll take it that she didn't know. I'll go with that. I'll go with that, At first, honestly, I thought maybe she was the one in my Patreon taking stuff, leaking it, because every one of my Patreon videos have been leaked. So I was like, well, I guess she's in there too, and she's the one leaking it, because now, she's literally sharing clips of it, the next day, the day after I'd done it or something. She's sharing clips of it on her Twitter. Yes. Kelly, yes. Little Red on Twitter is Little Red, and then she's Little Red's BFF. They're both Little Red. So when I first saw that she had them, I thought that she was in my Patreon somehow under fake name, and she got them because she was posting them. But then when I messaged her and was like, wow, really, Little Red? Like, I just emailed you back and thought we were like gonna be okay. Like, I accepted your apology, told you, you know, look, if you don't want to like me, that's cool. Just don't contact my family, don't contact my husband, and, you know, don't spread lies about me. But if you want to say all day long on Twitter, I hate Leslie, Leslie's stupid, you know, that's your opinion. That's fine. But don't put lies about me and don't talk about my family. So, let's see. That's what I told her. I was like, okay, we're good. You know, like, just don't do this. And, like, all is well. But within minutes, I saw that she posted, for, you know, clips of my Patreon. Well, then I was mad again. I was like, dang, really? Like, why would you even email me apologizing if now you're taking, like, my video off Patreon and sharing it on Twitter? So I emailed her again. I was like, wow, really, Little Red? Like, this was private and you just shared it. I own the copyright to this because it was never made public. Like, yes, YouTube is a public platform, but if I keep it as private, it's mine only to be shared. The link was only given to certain people. So it was never made public. So therefore, you basically stole my content and you're putting it on Twitter now. You know, like... And I'm not, I will tell you, I did text my lawyer about this. You know? So she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that it was private. I swear I didn't know. I just found out 2 hours ago that it was private. I'm so sorry. And I was like, well, how did you find out? And she was like, you know, so-and-so tweeted it or whatever. And I was like, okay, that was it. Like, I haven't even said anything else about her anymore. You know? So I don't know why she's claiming I dragged her. I don't know. Now, after she messaged my husband, I did do a stream on, I done a stream on the Bass Chat because I was very upset seeing that she messaged my husband, and basically implying that me and Matt Craft, like, were inappropriate, saying, like, it's weird. Everybody thinks it's weird and disrespectful that she's still friends with Matt Craft, knowing that he wants to drink her bath water. Like, first off, nobody thinks it's weird. Nobody thinks it's inappropriate except the people that's taking this too far. So everybody knew it was a joke when Matt, like, when it was talked, like, when the whole drinking the bathwater thing come up in the mod chat, everybody knew it was a joke. You know, because Matt has called me pretty before and said that he hopes one day he can meet someone like me and, like, you know, be with someone that has, like, the personality or, like, the morals, I don't know, like, similar to me. You know, that's what he has said. But he's not saying, oh, I want to get Leslie and marry her. He's just saying, like, I hope one day I can find someone like you, you know, because that would be nice. And people are taking it basically saying that, you know, he wants to marry me. Yeah, like, basically, you know, people try to make it out like it was something that it wasn't. I'm gonna, so it just sucks that once again, there's always got to be some issues. You know I got people watching this that don't like me. You know, waiting for me to say something about them. And to them, what I would say is just move on. I'm not trying to talk about you. And if I do have to say something, because now, unfortunately, I have my story about what's happened to me with my channel, and you are unfortunately a part of it. I hate it as much as you do. Katie is a part of my journey on with this YouTube channel and what I've been through. I hate it, you know. The stuff with Steve McRae. I will try not to talk about it, and I will try that when I do talk about it, it's only to be factual with what I say and not to dog anyone, but it's still my story. And when I talk about what happened with me with my arrest, there was a lot going on at that time that made me wonder, what? I did contact the police the day before, you know, to see if I could file a restraining order on Katie, if there was anything legally I could do to her because of the stuff that she was doing to me. It wasn't okay that, you know, right after I lost my nephew and lost my channel and my entire family battled the flu and strep throat, that now you're putting my financial information all over the internet and saying that I'm about to lose my car and accusing me of running a fraudulent fundraiser. That was kind of cold-hearted considering, you know, everything that I had mentally and emotionally went through, regardless of if you like me or not. Have a soul, you know, have a little bit of empathy for what someone is struggling with. And she had none. You know, it wasn't like, oh, she just lost a nephew. I don't care. Her channel went down and they lost that income. I don't care. You know, none of that mattered because of us, you know, a super chat drive where, you know, people said, you know, and I don't think I ever said, maybe I did, I don't know, I would have to go back and watch it. Oh, well, Leslie's channel is down because of her, so now we're doing the super chat drive. Everyone that I've talked to has said it didn't matter if it was because of her or not. And it didn't matter if Steve done the super chat drive or not. I would have donated to you because I wanted to help you out. I didn't do it because Steve done the super chat drive. I didn't do it because, you know, we knew for sure Katie was or wasn't behind your channel going down. I done it because I like watching your channel, because I like your personality. I'm a follower of yours, and your channel went down. And it was a loss of income for you. So I done it just to be nice and help you out. It was not for any other reason. Everyone that I've talked about has said that. And only one person, one person that proved to me that they donated asked for their money back. And I tried to send it. That person did not have a PayPal account, and I had to send them a request for it. People were asking about a PayPal before the fundraiser. What? I don't know. Right. There's always going to be good and bad in this world. And there's always going to be haters to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, everybody has haters. And that's okay. I don't mind. One thing that I know with certain is no matter how much they tried, they're never going to bring me down. I mean, look, I've grown 900 subs this month. 900, and the month is not over. So they can sit on their channels and they can say whatever it is. They can go on their Twitter accounts and say, they can say, Liz. But look, I mean, look at Jeffree Star. He's over there, top. He is the biggest YouTuber almost. He's huge. And they're all, and I mean, honestly, I always liked Jeffree Star. But just today, they come out with another video, they don't paint a pretty picture of him. Things in his past that he done. That even when I watched it, I was like, ooh, that does not look good. As a loyal fan of his, I'm like, that don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Literally, so many people, famous people have, you know, really done things and really said things, and they still were not brought down. They still were not ruined. And I'm over here just trying to mind my own business. And I do talk about my story, and sometimes I do have to bring up a situation which they, you know, which it may involve them. But I to be honest, I never want to say anything bad about any of them again. I don't want them to say anything bad about me. I don't want to say anything bad about them. If I do have to mention them, it's only going to be in the aspect of what happened, and I'm going to keep it moving. If they want to continue, whatever, that's them. They can do that. Is it not working?
It was working.
Why don't you go ask Bobby, baby?
Bobby's asleep. He got a charger though.
Go get Bobby's charger. He's asleep, babe.
It's working out.
So, you know, it is what it is. I will be, you know, I check my
When are I going
projections. And what, baby? In a little bit. I check my projections a lot to see where, like, Social Blade projects me to be at in certain months. And this is with me not really being able to do a lot of videos a day. Really? Butterfly kisses?
Stop.
No, guys. No. Stop. He was actually doing that, Eli, I think to make you laugh, though. Okay, well, it was just a joke. Don't, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, So I know, you know, I'm going to continue, you know, when I can put out more content. Like one day I want to make it to where I can do like one video a day. And right now, just doing like 1 or 2 videos a week, I'm already growing, you know, 900 subs a month. So I'm projected to be at, you know, 20,000 in like 2 months. And then in like, I don't know, like 6 months, like 50,000 or something. I don't know. So I'm going to keep growing despite that. And sooner or later, this part of my YouTube career, the arrest, the issues with the people won't be asking, what happened to your old mods? Why is this person talking about you? Because it'll be like so in the past that I won't have to talk about it. That it'll only be focused on, you know, in a year from now, I pray to God that none of this has to be discussed again. People are not asking, so what happened with you and KJ? What happened with you and Steve? You know, what happened with you and, you know, like I hope that stops being talked about at some point. So in a year from now, I never have to talk about them again because they're no longer part of my story. Okay, thank you, Wooden Eagle, for telling me because I won't check it if you don't tell me. But I'm, you know, and you know, they'll say, well, she still talks about us. Well, I'm telling my side of everything now. For all the time that I backed out, yes, my arrest video, when I, yesterday it had like, I don't know, like 1,000 views, and today it has like 5,000. So it's doing well. But, you know, the reason everybody got upset with me in December was because I backed away from the drama. The very thing, now they're saying, she needs to stop talking about us. She needs to stop talking about us. Well, back in December, when I wanted to stop talking about everything and everybody, that was not okay because I was only, because, you know, people wanted me to continue talking about Katie, even though I didn't want to, even though I didn't need to. You know, it was like, well, keep talking about Katie. You need to come back and talk about Katie. Talk about, you know, we need to prove that Katie done this to you so people will hate her, you know. And I was like, no, I don't need to. I don't need to because I'm trying to deal with my life and get myself mentally okay, you know. So back when I was shutting my mouth, that was an issue for them. I went weeks upon weeks where I didn't say anything about them. Yes, I am taking questions, Daily Drama. Let me get back to where I can. We just kind of have went off track at this point with so much other stuff. Lindsay. Only reason why people wanted you to stop talking about it was because we knew it was giving Katie views and the energy that she was wanting to gain from you. Well, back then, if you were hacked, reported whatever authorities you can, yeah. Hey, Butterfly Kisses, how were you hacked? What happened? I'm kind of curious about that. You joined my Patreon and was hacked? That is... Yeah, that's what, like, they forget is, like, I was silent for a long time. Like, I took down, like, most of my social media, except what was, I think I think I took everything down. Yeah, because I remember I like, took my, like, I deactivated like my Twitter and my IG or whatever, and my IG actually kept getting logged back into somehow. And I bet my moderators, do you guys remember this? When my IG kept getting logged back into somehow, and I was like, this is weird. I don't know if it's like, I don't know how it's doing, but it done it like twice. And then I had to like, I I think maybe I was like logging out and it was being logged back into or something. I don't know. But I like had to completely shut it down, and then I had to I actually deleted the apps off my phone too. I deleted the apps completely off my phone. And the only one I even went off Facebook for a minute too, but I had to get back on because for one, I think it was my son's teacher I had to message. And then I have family members that live out of state, and it was the holidays, you know, and I could communicate with them and see their pictures of what they had going on during that time. And I was like, you know what, it's not fair that I have to delete my only way of communicating, well, the main way that I communicated with my nieces that live out of state, you know, and see them, you know, posting their Christmas pictures and stuff because of stupid internet drama. So I was like, you know, I'm going to keep my Facebook up, and I'm just not going to, I never really post about YouTube on my personal Facebook page anyways. So, they people were saying, oh, she wasn't quiet. She was still, you know, doing IG Lives. I didn't do IG Live. The first time I did do IG Live, I was still somewhat sick. And I done it kind of in the dark because I felt like I looked terrible because I was sick. And it was only because like Uni was like basically saying, you must come out and say something. And I was like, oh my God, okay. You know, I wasn't ready to come back because I was still like somewhat sick, and I still had like 2 sick kids. But so I did like do an IG Live or something where I come out like talking about whatever it was that Uni was like saying that I need, you know. But as far as that, I tried to completely back out of it. And then when, you know, people that were on my side started turning on me because I was backing away, that upset me and hurt my feelings. And I was like, dang, really? Like now, you know, because, and the way that it was put out there about the way that things happen was not the way it happened. It wasn't like my channel goes down, a bunch of people give me money, and then they're like, oh, Leslie, prove that your channel went down because of Katie. And I'm like, bye. Delete, bye. That's not what happened. That was not at all what happened. You know, when that super chat drive was held, no one ever said, look, you're going to have to prove for sure that it was her. I mean, because at the time I was even saying, I don't think I got an email. The video that I done, I was like, I have not got an email from YouTube yet to tell me why, but I'm sure that this is why. I mean, I still have that video. I just don't have it listed. You can't see it. But the Super Chat Drive, I was not made aware of. I appreciated it. You know, I was not made aware of until like right before or right after we got on the live. And, you know, nobody ever said, look, when they come for us, because they will. We knew that. You know, like I knew, you know, that it was going to be denied, you know, even though there was messages and screenshots, you know, where she called for it. It was never said, you know, when people accuse us of running a fraudulent fundraiser, you have to stay in the game and do everything that you can to fight against them. Because I would have said right then, well, I can't promise you, because I get upset just with my own channel and the stuff that goes on that sometimes I have to shut it down. You know, so I would have said then, oh, well, you know, thank you, but no, because I don't know if I can do that. See, yes, Brittany Miller. And I said that too. I was like, I think it was like, yeah. That is true, Stina. Actually, like a GoFundMe was set up for like my family because we lost Abe. A GoFundMe was set up, and you know, I told them no. So my channel went down on the 28th. On the 29th, I done an IG Live where I said my channel is down and this is why. And I was on a little vacation with my mom and my daughter. We were in the car on the way to Arkansas, and that was a 4-hour trip. And like the last hour, Paris was like asleep in the back or whatever. I went live on Instagram talking about my channel being, shut down or whatever. That day, I received 2 donations through PayPal. That day, the 29th, okay? So people started donating just because, like, as well. Not, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to give credit. And here's the thing. The Super Chat drive was held on December 1st. Before that Super Chat drive was held, I had gotten the 2 donations on the 29th and then like 3 other donations. And then I got, Steve had sent me the money from that Super Chat drive. And I got the next day on the 2nd, I got 3 donations. I got one in the amount of like $2.61. I got one in the amount of like $98 and some change. And I got one for $20. It was a Facebook payment, okay? Someone that I personally know sent it through Facebook. I'm pretty sure it was like, I have to double check. Because after we lost Abe, like, people that I know actually started like donating too. Thank you. Anyone that donated, thank you guys so much. I can assure you it went to my kids' Christmas and it was appreciated so much. I can't even tell you guys how much I appreciate it. Now, December 3rd was when we lost Abram. And I did get donations after that as well. And some of them come in saying, I'm so sorry for your loss, like nothing that I can say is going to make this better, but, here's this money for flowers or whatever. Like, and I did say later on, like, oh, I got it like around such and such, but it wasn't from just the Super Chat drive and just the next day. It was actually like collectively over the course from like the day that my channel went down to like up until like probably that day that I said it, that I had gotten like almost this amount. And that's why there was like so much confusion over how much money I got, when I got it. But I have showed so many people my PayPal account and all the money that I received that day. And, because Steve done this great thing and then the Super Chat drive, I kind of did credit him for all of it. Hey, Kayla, like, I was like, oh, we right, but to be quite honest, some of those people were specific in their donations that it was for flowers for, Abe's funeral, or because sending sympathies because of his passing with a donation. You know what I'm saying? And some of them was like, I hate that your channel went down. I love watching your channel, or don't worry, but so but I did kind of give him the credit at that time for it because I was so appreciative that he done that for me. So now it's like, well, back then, she said that. She said that Steve raised all this money. What I done was I was like, like the Super Chat drive, now I've gotten, PayPal donations, it's almost to this amount. Like, maybe I should have only been like, thank you, Steve, for the donations that you sent, the Super Chat drive that you held and for the money that you did give to me, because I was appreciative for it, but after everything like blew up, I'm like, you know what, he's literally like, I held a Super Chat drive and raised $1,000 for her, and now she, is throwing me under the bus, and it's just a sucky situation to be in, and I don't even want to, even go through the whole ordeal of it again or whatever, but it is what it is. Yes. But hey, Peach. Oh, I can't even imagine, Peach. I'm sorry. Courtney. Thank you so much, Courtney. I hope you feel better. Yeah, it's been a lot. It's definitely been a lot. I have heard of Jake Paul. I did too, Brandy. I that was the thing is I actually did. I was like, oh wow, that's that is terrible. Knowing what I know now, I question some things, and I'm like, maybe it's overkill, like all the videos, Again, it's his story. I guess he can talk about it as much as he wants. It's his. I guess it's his experience with everything that's happened to him. Peach, I know. Oh, Peach. Oh my goodness. Yes. Same thing happens to me. I get Facebook memories, like the time hop memories or whatever on Facebook, and some of them will be of Abe, and it's like, it's hard. I'm so sorry. That is that's Paris that you guys hear coughing. She has really bad like allergies and sinuses and stuff. She has asthma too. So she usually takes Zyrtec, but we just switched her to a different medication. No, I don't tell Abe's story because I don't think my sister was really upset about the way everything was exploited when he passed. So I don't I don't. A lot of people got to see Abe early on in my channel because my sister would come and do streams with me, and a lot of people got to see him and knew when he passed. Another YouTuber did tweet about it and say what caused him to pass, but that information was not correct. That was not what caused him to pass. But I just don't want to upset my sister by, saying anything that she don't want me to say. I'm so sorry, Rose. I have a video. It's called like my mom's birthday. Let me see. Thank you. Let me see what the name of that video is. One of Kennedy's favorite videos of me is the video about my mom's birthday. And it's called Pool Party for My Mom's Birthday, Meet Some of My Fam. And if you guys are new to my channel and you've never seen like my kids or like some of my family members, my nephew, it is on that video. I put it on the other day for Kennedy because she was asking to see it, and I put it on and I was about to walk out of the room, and it caught my attention, that he was up on the TV, and I was like, it's tough. I don't even know how Flossie does it, you guys, because I'm sure she gets those Facebook memories every day. I got one the other day, and it was the pictures was him after he was born. And it was, we were putting our hands up next to him, and he was like as big as our hand because he was a preemie. So I don't talk about his story. I even worry, that I talk about it too much now when I just talk about it in general, because I don't ever want to say anything that's going to upset my sister. But after we get off tonight, I'm actually going to film a video and probably put it up tomorrow. Do y'all have any more questions about my arrest? I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, I am scared of the pool. And after that video, I actually got in and I almost drowned. I slipped off into the deep end and my niece had to jump in and get me. He makes, I'm sure you guys remember when we would do videos, me and Flossie, and he would be where you couldn't see him, but y'all could hear him because he snorts. He snorts a lot. I can't swim. No. I cannot swim. Yeah, his snoring, I loved it. I've tried to swim. I've tried so hard. I even had a lifeguard try to teach me. I even had a lifeguard try to teach me, and there was no hope. She just couldn't. And I don't like pool. Like, I like pools, but I don't like getting in pools. And really, what scares me so much about it is drowning. That's what scares me, is I'm scared I'll drown. So, my sister, what's crazy is my sister actually holds classes at her house. She has an instructor come over and does swimming lessons. But I've never went. She's done it like 2 years in a row. And I probably would have done it. Like, I probably will do it. For my kids, because, you know, Paris and Caden and Eli, they know how to swim like that, and I'm sure my other ones would teach themselves, and Sean teaches them, but I do have the little ones, and because my sister does it, like, she done it 2 years in a row, and I didn't even know the first year, like, I didn't even know she done it. Like, I was at her house one day, and she was telling me about it, and I was like, what? Why didn't you tell me? She was like, I don't know. Good night, Kelly. So, really, Cheryl? So maybe if COVID-19 is over, maybe, you know, this coming summer, maybe I'll let the kids take swimming lessons. I would like that because I'm terrified of water and I'm terrified of my kids drowning. But I got in the pool because my kids begged me to. And I got in and I was just kind of walking around. And I was like middle of the pool. And it literally just, and I mean, my foot, I remember, I'm sure I had like the deer in the headlights look like, you know, when I was like, oh my goodness. And I just went right under and I was like up, down, up, down. And like my brother was like back here and my sisters were over here and my niece was over here. And finally, like my niece like knew like that I wasn't joking. And she dove right in and come and saved me. Yeah, it was very, I was like, yeah, well, I'm not getting in that pool again. I'm done. When I was like 6 years old, my grandpa would take us to Hot Springs, Arkansas every year. Not Hot Springs. It wasn't Hot Springs. It was somewhere else. Alberts Pike. He would take us to Alberts Pike every year. And we would go camping. And they had, you know, a swimming hole that we would all go to. I didn't know how to swim, but we would all go out there. And I actually drowned out there too. I say drowned. Like we were out there playing in the water, and I actually liked water up until that point. That was when, like, there was no like adults with us at the swimming hole. There was like some of my older cousins, but I was like 6, and like the oldest one was, I don't know, 12. You know, that was there with us. And like we slept in tents at the campsite and we would walk down to like swimming hole. And we were there and I literally, once again, walked, you know, this time it was the first time, I, you know, walked off into a deep spot and I was up and down, up and down, up and down, and my sister was behind me, Flossie, and I guess it didn't dawn on her what was happening, and my cousin actually, who was further away, had to hurry up and come get me and pull me back to where I could, and I called my mom, and my stepdad actually drove a big truck cross country, and I called my mom crying, and I was like, "Where's Charlie?" And she was like, told me, and I was like, "Is he coming through Arkansas?" And she was like, "No, why?" I was like, "I want to go home. I just drowned." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "I just drowned. I want to go home." So, yeah, no. I can't float. I don't know. Hey, Elizabeth. Oh my goodness, Cassandra. Yeah. Hey, Candida. Now, Sean can swim like a fish. Flossie can swim like a fish. My other siblings, well, my sister that has the pool, she used to couldn't swim either. I think she can now. She's the one that holds the lessons at her house. She has an instructor come over and do it. Do you, Cheryl? You know what? I'm just going to say this because I actually kind of flew off the handle a while ago. And I don't like to be like that. If Little Red is still watching, I don't know if you are, but if you are, I wish you would have messaged me privately and not come in my stream acting like I, done something that I hadn't done. Because we could definitely solve it privately. I don't do these streams to get like that or have issues like that with someone. Anybody, it may take me a while to get back to you, especially now, because something that I am going to do is I have to step back from, responding so much and, being so involved in, messaging and, the Discords and all of that. But, email me or something. I don't know, we definitely could have worked it out, and we still can. You can email me whatever. If I did lose my temper a while ago, but I don't appreciate you coming in saying that I drug you because I don't feel like I did. And if you feel like I did, that was something that you could have contacted me privately about. So I'm just going to say that out there because I lost my temper a while ago and I don't like to get like that. Yeah, just I like for these live streams to, even something as like this, for it still to be fun, even when I done the video about my arrest, I still tried to keep it where it was kind of light, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do because, you guys could ask Sean, we never talk. We don't. He'll come in from work and I'm trying to hurry up and, get the kids to bed so I can work on YouTube stuff. And then I'm in my phone, trying to respond to messages or trying to read stories that I could do videos about or, it is a lot. And I feel like I say that a lot. I'm oh my gosh, I'm constantly talking about how much of a lot, it's such a lot, but it is, so, but if anybody has an issue with me, I would much rather them contact me, even if I don't immediately respond, than coming into one of my live streams and, kind of throwing it off and then upsetting me to the point to where I'm getting really rude. Yeah, it's very hard not to get frustrated. Yeah, anybody with any questions, please message the Leslie Bash friend fan page, that page. My regular Leslie Bash page is gone. I took it down. Yes, Kayla, absolutely. That's so true, Peach. That is so true. That is absolutely true. I watched a video the other day, you guys, and oh my goodness, it broke my heart. It was this older guy, well, he was really old. He was asleep in a chair and he was holding a picture of his wife who had passed, you know, she had passed away like sometime before. I don't know how long, but they said every night he goes to sleep with the picture of his wife every night. So they actually bought him a pillow with his wife's picture on the pillow. And he cried. Oh my goodness. It was like when he seen it, he just cried. And it made me think, you know, man, how, I don't know what I'm going to do when Sean, like, if he passes away before me, because I'm used to going to bed without him because he's at work. But I know he's going to come home and there'll be a night that I can go to bed with him again. And, you know, me and Sean sleep the same way every night. Like, he sleeps literally, like, in the middle of the bed with this arm. I'm literally with my head on his chest and one leg, like, thrown over him. And my arm goes across his stomach. That is how we sleep. And Kennedy sleeps under this arm. And she sleeps, like, most of the time on her back with her other arm thrown up and her leg thrown over Sean. So we both sleep, like, on him. And, oh, my God. I don't even know what I would do. Oh, see, Trisha, I'm so sorry. It's never hit me hard thinking about it until I saw that video. Because I was like, well, he's comfortable. He loves it. He loves it. Like if I get in the bed and I turn my back to him, he'll be like, girl, turn around. You know, like, he's fine with it. Like, Kennedy basically wants, like, she almost won't sleep any other way. Like, her dad has to be in there with her. Like, if he's here, you know, if he's not here, she'll settle for me. The other night, though, like, she wanted both of us in there. Emily, I think we're all going crazy with the lockdown, to be quite honest. Girl, yes. Let me tell y'all. Okay, so the day we had a big old issue in the Discord the other day. The next morning after that, let me tell y'all what happened by 11 o'clock in my house. By 11 o'clock the next day, this is what Kennedy had done. This is just Kennedy, and this is only 11 o'clock. So that morning for breakfast, she wanted cereal, okay? So I gave her little cereal. She takes off in my room. I just washed all of my bedding the night before. I have a mattress cover and, you know, the sheet, the fitted sheet, the sheet, and the comforter. I just washed all of that the day before. She takes her cereal and she goes, it was Lucky Charms. She goes in my room, climbs up on my bed, and pours her cereal out on my bed. Okay, so I see that, and I'm like, wow, I just washed these. So I go and I take all the blankets off the bed. I take them outside and get all the cereal off of them, and then put them, you know, the sheets in the washer, and then I had to wash the comforter and all that good stuff. So anyways, Sean has these rice bowls, okay? Sean has these rice bowls. Emily, why are you crying? What is wrong? So, yeah, I'm going to leave it up, even though we've gotten so off topic about the arrest or whatever, but that's fine, because I love doing videos where we just talk anyways. So she got the rice bowl, okay? She opened it and in our room and poured it on the windowsill and in the carpet. Okay. Don't Emily, no. You know, it happens. So she poured it on the windowsill and on the carpet. But I was in the middle of I may have been in the middle of making the boys their breakfast, because they didn't eat cereal. They wanted something else. When I realized that she had done the rice bowl thing, so I couldn't even clean it up right then. By the time I could get in there to clean it up, she had went and got a bowl of peaches out of the refrigerator, opened it, and poured the peaches in with the rice on the floor. Okay, so my mom comes, and she can tell I'm like crazy. I'm like, I got stuff going on with YouTube drama, blah, 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 I'm literally like, there's YouTube dramas, this person's mad at this person, and these people's mad at, mad at me, and blah, 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 blah. And Kennedy's going crazy. Like, she done spilled cereal on the bed, she done spilled peaches on the floor, she done spilled rice on the floor. So Mama's like, okay, come on, Kennedy. Mama's like, come on, Kennedy, we're gonna pick up the peaches, come on. And she like walks Kennedy in there and makes Kennedy, like swipe the rice off the windowsill and pick up the peaches and put them up, and then she goes and throws them away. Like, me and my mom talk for a minute, visit for a second, my mom leaves. So when my mom leaves, we have been in the dining room for a minute talking, and Kennedy had left. Well, my mom leaves, I go back in my room. Kennedy had gotten a thing of Nutella, okay, and stuck her hands all in it. And then, when I found her, she was just like walking down the hall with Nutella all over her hands, and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And then I was like, I don't even know where else she may have it. So I take her to the sink, I wash her hands off. Girl, Sean's like, I'm like, she is so bad. Sean's like, no, she's not. I'm like, yes, she is. But this is by 11 o'clock. And then later, she went and got the bowl of Cool Whip and painted the side of her bed with it. So it was like, oh my goodness. And that was just her. That ain't even what I dealt with from any of the other kids, or trying to deal with like the stuff that was going on with the Discord stuff, and like trying to talk to everybody to like let everybody know, like, no, this is okay. No, this is okay. Don't, finally I was like, I got to shut it all down. This is like, Kennedy is making mess after mess after mess. Everybody's mad at everybody. I just got to shut it off down. Yeah. It was, I tell you what, I was like, I ended up with little patience that day. And I have a lot of patience. Everybody that knows me, oh gosh, yes, Kayla. Yeah. Everybody that knows me like, that's something that they always say is, you have a ton of patience, That day I didn't. And that was something else that told me, you have got to back away from this, because I didn't have patience with my kids that day. I went through so much by like 11 o'clock. I was like, oh, so then when the kids, like the boys, would fight, I was like, stop it, stop. Like, it was just, I was not okay. Yeah, buddy? I'm about to get off in just a second.
I'm tired.
You tired? Why don't you go to sleep? Huh?
Because it takes me a long time.
Takes you a long time? Well, go get a head start and lay down. No? Okay, you guys. Does anybody have any questions about the arrest before I get off? No, Kentucky girl, for real. Yeah, I do have a lot of patience, but that day I didn't, and I ended up being a little more grouchier with my kids than I like to be. Yes, she is. So that was another reason I was like, I cannot be involved in like all this drama that upsets me this much, because then who gets the short end of the deal when I'm upset like this? Obviously my family does, it kind of it took me back to December, and the feeling I had of, you just got to step away. You just got to step away, so I don't like the drama of it all. I like TV drama, but no. Candy. Lord, no.
What? Caden?
Honestly, probably so, because Flossie was like a wild child when she was a baby.
No, I used the widest.
I talked to the kids about it, And I've always told the kids that, you know, cops are there to serve and protect you, which now, you know, I think they have a little bit of a different opinion. Don't get in the view of the camera because I don't want them to, like, they're probably going to demonetize it anyways. But Eli, how do you feel about cops? Do you feel like they're all bad because what they done to me, or do you feel like there's some good ones and some bad ones? You don't know?
The ones that arrested you?
Just in general. What about you, Kaden? Do you
No,
think
I don't like cops?
you don't like cops?
No, not at all.
So my 12-year-old was like, no, not at all. Because, you know, and if he would have been with me, he probably would have had PTSD from this for sure. What about you? How do you feel about the cops that arrested me?
Well, the bad, not doing what they're supposed to. But if I was with them, I would just got out there.
You would have ran, and they probably would have tased your butt.
But it takes me a job.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, when they were little, you know, and they would like try to get out of their seat, I'd be like, you better get in your seat or the cops are going to get us and take you to jail. And then I like remember seeing a video where it was like, don't tell your cops, cops saying, don't tell your kids we're going to take them to jail, you know, because then they're scared of us. We don't want them to be scared of us.
We tried taping Bobby to one of his car seats, and he got out.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, you guys, I'm going to get off. This video it's super long, but that's okay. What happened to you? Oh, thank you, Kentucky girl. I'm still going to work on getting that dash cam footage and the body cam footage. And if I ever do, I'm going to show it on my channel. That's honestly what I want it for, is to show it on my channel.
Probably gonna get demonetized or something.
Oh, that would definitely get demonetized, I'm sure. If I can ever get the discovery and find out for sure that somebody called in, I will plaster it everywhere, because that's not okay to do to anyone. I don't think it's okay to ever contact the police on anyone or anything like that. And hopefully, you know, tomorrow I'm going to call once again to the district attorney's office to see if I can set up a meeting with him through FaceTime to see what, you know, about these drug tests. Oh, they know what it means to be demonetized because they hear me talk about it a lot. All of my videos get demonetized, it seems like, or get limited ads. Like the last 3 or 4 videos I put up have gotten limited ads, which is why I've changed the titles.
Most of the videos I watch are demonetized over guns, only guns that much.
Yeah, well, anything like that would be.
I watch Army.
But anytime, anytime I put up a video and then I changed the title, what I done was I didn't put the title that I would have liked to have put, because I knew it was going to demonetize it or give it limited ads. But once it done it, I just done a better title for it anyways. Like Leah's book, where she admitted to being a part of a fight club and, you know, getting charged with juvenile assault. At first, I just put more details from Leah Messer's new book. But it wasn't getting a lot of views, and it got limited ads anyways. So then I was like, might as well put a better title so people see that, you know, it's where she was arrested for juvenile assault, you know. No, Christia? I don't know. Oh, I definitely will. Oh, yeah. You know, it was said that if I can get the discovery, and they did notate a call, that I would get that in the discovery. So I'm going to try. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to get it.
Mama,
What, baby?
can I not sit in the camera? Oh, I'm already in it. Dang it.
All right, you guys, I'm going to get off. It is 1 o'clock in the morning.
I don't want
And-
people to ask me questions because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. So I will see you guys later. I hope all of you guys have a awesome week next week, and I will be posting some videos tomorrow, so keep your eyes out for that. Let's see. Glad to hear the kids weren't with you. Oh, yes. If my kids would have been with me and my kids would have ended up hurt or anything, Sean would have literally acted a fool. Anyway, so good night, everyone. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that now. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Yeah, baby?
Can you ask if anybody has like an Xbox or something?
For sale?
No, like if they have children or like something that plays like
Like to
that.
play with you?
Mhm.
I'll do that next time. Bye, you guys.